Hello, hi, welcome. Let me switch over to my other account. Turn that down, put this over here, and trying to get this all organized again. But I'm gonna start on some Kirby feet and arms and get those going so that I can be cutting them out while the face is embroidering, because that's gonna take the longest. Let's see how this works. I kind of I'm trying to use scrap fabric, so I'm trying to squeeze as much out of this as we can. How's everyone doing? I'm glad to be back. The puppies are chilling on the floor. I'm gonna make a post on Instagram and Discord. Critical Role Among Us? What? Okay, that is uploaded. Yeah. I took my embroidery machine with me when I was helping out at my stepdad's shop. And it's like a fabrication shop, so like welding and stuff. And all the guys that came into the office were like, oh, a sewing machine. Which, I mean, it is. It looks exactly like a sewing machine, and it does do sewing too. But they're like, can you fix my pants? Can you fix the hole in my pocket for me? Can you hem this? And I was like, yes, but I don't. Or they're like, can you do it? And I was like, I can, but I don't do that stuff. And then eventually I got to the point where I was just like, no, sorry. I'm very capable of doing hems and stuff like that. Was my degree in college, but no. As far as they know, no. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I want to do cutesy stuff. Like plushies and Kirbys. things that bring me joy. Oh, somebody bought something on Etsy. I'm gonna try to start getting more tutorial videos up. So because I didn't go to Otakon and I don't have a lot of conventions right now, I'm working at my stepdad's shop to make some extra money because, you know, we still got bills to pay. And luckily they are my mom and stepdad are very nice and let me kind of just come in when I want to work. But there's not a lot for me to do sometimes. It's kind of just waiting to answer the phone or doing like some paperwork. So I'm going to try to do some tutorials and like do one day where I just film a lot of tutorials. And then hopefully I can edit those videos while at the shop helping them. Kind of kill two birds with one stone is my plan. Sometimes I take hand sewing stuff, which does work out, but I have to plan ahead for that. Like I have to be like, okay, I'm gonna make Kirbys or hand sew Kirbys at the shop like on Thursday. So that means like before Wednesday, I have to make sure I have the stuff embroidered and cut out and like sewn together so that I can finish up the rest of it while I'm there. So that's the only downside. If I don't come prepared, then I don't have anything to work on. So it's usually me just drawing on my iPad or today, which I didn't expect to be there as long as I was today. But today I played this farming game. It's on Discord. It's not like Farmville. It's like a merging game, which I've never played one before. Like where you merge, you get 3 of a kind and you merge, but not like Bejeweled or like, you know, Candy Crush. Not like those. It's like you're on a farm. But it's really fun. Like it's a free little game. And you can play it on your phone too. Okay, so this is 6 arms, like 6 pairs of arms. And then this is gonna do 6 more, so that'll be 12. And I need to do 10. I also bought these little mallets off of Amazon, but I'm going to have to get Joey to like saw them down because they have a super long handle. They're like a 5-inch handle, and I need it to be like maybe 2 inches. Yay, I caught another live. Hi, welcome. Yes. So glad you can make it. It's been like 2 weeks. I skipped 2 Tuesdays because I was burnt out and I needed a break. I didn't even upload YouTube videos, which I'm very like upset with myself, but also like I needed it, so. But I'm so glad you could make it. All right, let me, try not to knock everything over. I need to cut some orange pieces for the feet part. And then we can get the face embroidery going. Which will take a little longer, so we can work on this. And I haven't decided how I'm gonna do the hats yet. I don't know if I'm going to do like something in my embroidery software, which would probably be the easiest, but I just need to make the pattern. right, now I need to cut rectangles big enough. Let's see if we just put this. I have to get some more orange fabric. I like usually rarely never use orange, but because I've been making like the Lethal Company guys, I feel like I use orange so much now. Okay. Might have to use some scrap orange. Always take the time you need for yourself. We will be here regardless. Thank you. I appreciate that, yeah. Appreciate you guys' patience. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm definitely taking it back a couple notches. And again, I don't have any conventions that are crazy that I have to prepare for, but also that means I don't have money coming in. Like a substantial amount of money, I should say. I get a little bit off of Etsy. It was funny though, because I went through and I listed or like renewed some items that had sold out. And because of those fees, and because no one had bought anything since like last week, I think, maybe like on Friday or something, and like with shipping fees and stuff, I got $1 in my bank account. It was like $1.98. Which was like, I mean, at least I didn't have to pay anything, thankfully. The first time I had to when I first started out, I had to pay like my fees for listing things. But other than that, like the first time I had to pay again, which I started my Etsy in like 2012, in like 2022, I had to pay, which it was early in the year, and like the holidays were all over, so that was part of it, I know, and I didn't have a whole lot listed because I was focusing on conventions, but I had to pay like, I don't know if it was like $6 or something. It wasn't anything terrible, but I was like, oh no, I do not miss having to pay my Etsy fees. Because I have my, I check my emails in the morning usually. That's like the first thing I do is I check my emails. And usually Etsy sends out their emails pretty early. Unless it's oh, we're paying you, like on Mondays, because that's when they do the direct deposit. On that day, they don't do it till like 4 in the afternoon. But if it's anything about like fees or newsletters or whatever, they send it at like 7 a.m. in the morning. So I also means I'm waking up to like, oh, you have to pay 40 cents or whatever it is for whatever my fees are for that week. Okay, I want to list some of my first week parts on Etsy, but the fees scare me. Yeah, it is. It's a little daunting at first. I mean, they're not as bad as some. It's like the part of the fees that everyone gets angry at is like it doesn't add up. Like, it's nice that you only have to pay like 20 cents a listing, right? And they take part of your fees. But, I mean, at least you're getting a sale. And the other part that was making people angry was when they automatically, if you had over 200 sales in a year or something, like they automatically put you in the, that they would advertise your stuff And if anyone clicked on that, then they took a part of your money that you made, like part of your profit. And people were mad because they got opted into it without even like asking, without even being able to change it. I don't know if that's still a thing now, but yeah, that's the fees are bad, but I mean, there's also like, the bad thing is there's not another place like it unless you want to do your own website, and then you're still going to face the fees, but you won't get the traffic. That's the negative part. And Etsy knows that. That's the other thing, is Etsy knows. Because I have my website, and it is nice to have. I pay the yearly thing, and I use it for my in-person business. So honestly, that's how I make the money back for the like 100, 200, how much it is the year for the website and like the domain and stuff. Because I don't get as many fees, and all my stuff goes to the same place, and it's really easy to see on like Shopify. But other than that, like the amount of people that buy from my website, it's probably like once a month, maybe. And I feel like I don't promote it like crazy well, but I also like Instagram, YouTube, on my business card. My Etsy's not on there at all. It's all website. So if people at conventions want to buy something from me, they more than likely, unless they Googled me, are going to go to my website. So if they're going to buy something, they technically should buy it from my website. And I usually offer a cheaper rate too on my website. So I should be getting my first check-in from YouTube. Should be, I mean, hopefully I should be getting more information on it the end of this month. Because it says, you know, we're good. Hey, speaking of Shopify, it says like, you know, expect a deposit, but I don't think I put my like bank account or anything anywhere. So I might have to call and talk to someone, because when I go to my AdSense account, because I had that problem where I had 2 accounts, I think I'm gonna have to talk to someone to make sure that that's set up correctly. Because it thinks it's like waiting for this one account to be connected, but I'm not going to connect that account because it's a business account, and I shouldn't have done it as a business account on AdSense because they have different like regulations that you have to do, and I'm technically under AdSense rules, I'm an individual. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I can just end it. I'll try to count how many feet I have. And I do have some extra. But if I do one more, that'll be an even number. Yeah. The weather was so nice yesterday. I thought I was gonna have to wear like a long sleeve shirt just because it was so breezy and nice. But then I went walking with my mom and I was sweating, so I'm glad I didn't. All right, here is the Kirby feet. So now I need to get the Kirby faces. It's hot as heck here in Texas. Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah, we haven't got any rain here in a while. So like, and I don't know if we're gonna get any this week, but if we do get any this week, then I feel like it's gonna get pretty chilly. Since we haven't had any rain in a while, and it's already getting a little like, it was 69 this morning. Okay, opening up the new stabilizer. I was supposed to clean my sewing room today. I have this this plan. I made like a cleaning chart for myself to hopefully help with my motivation too, because I definitely have been slacking on cleaning. And so I'm gonna clean by room. So like yesterday, on Monday, I cleaned the bedroom. Today was supposed to be my sewing room because I'm like, oh, I go live on Tuesdays. Would be nice to clean the day of, and then I don't have time to like wreck it. But again, because I stayed longer at the shop and then I met Joey for lunch, I have not had time. So hopefully when I end the live, I'm gonna do a quick little clean before Joey gets home, because I also need to make dinner. Because since I met him for lunch I said this morning, but because I met him for lunch, we're not gonna get lunch we're not gonna get fast food for dinner. I'm gonna make those, what are they called? Chicken meatballs, something like that. They're from HelloFresh. And I got all the stuff to make them. Something kicking. They're really good. They have like ginger in them. They're kind of like an Asian meatball. And you put it over like rice, and it has this nice sriracha sour cream sauce on it. Alright, I'm almost done hooping this. Does anyone have any events this weekend or anything that they're prepping for? Like I said, I don't have anything currently. My next one is a little less than a month away. It's the Possum Festival, and it's in Cumberland, Kentucky. And it's outdoor, which hopefully it is cool outside. But I don't know what to expect from this one. I've never done it. It was close to home, so I thought I would do it. But I believe I only paid like $30 or something for the table. So I feel like we can at least make that, but I need to make possum stuff. I think we decided on Sloppy Joe's tonight, an American classic. I love Sloppy Joe's. We use like the Manwich can stuff. But the last time I used that, I think I bought the wrong kind. And Joey didn't like it as much, so I think that kind of turned him off from Sloppy Joe's. So we haven't had it in a while. But when I lived by myself, that used to be my like go-to like quick meal. I have San Japan at the end of the month. Okay. I've heard that one before, that meme before, but I haven't done it. Have you done it before? Do you like it? Alright, time to do some Kirby faces. Yeah, I need to update my my live thing because it still has like the past 3 that I did. Except for Otakon, I didn't do Otakon. But the next after Possum Fest is Anime Inc. Also, I will be at MatsuriCon in Ohio at the end of this month, but I won't be selling. But I'm gonna vlog and stuff. My friend Bethany, Once Upon a Spark, will be selling. So Joey and I are gonna go and help her. Kind of like we did for OMGCon. We're gonna go and I'm gonna vlog and see what it's like and compare it to when I sold there. So that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, there we go. Nope, it's my first year of vending, but I've heard nothing but good things. Okay, that's always good. Alright, I'm gonna try to sit further from the embroidery machine. So hopefully it's not too loud. And I'll try to stay chatty too, so it picks up my voice and not the machine. We watched Wolverine versus Deadpool. No spoilers, but let me know if you've seen it. We really loved it. I don't remember loving the second one as much, like Deadpool 2, but Deadpool 1, I was obsessed. I watched it, I think, like 2 to 3 times in theater, and then I had the DVD, so I watched it a few times at home too, and then Joey and I just watched it again last night. But this one, Wolverine, or Deadpool versus Wolverine, I think it's pretty close. Like, I don't know if I still like Deadpool 1 more or if I like this one more. It's a toss-up. And then last night we also watched Wolverine Origins, because I haven't seen any of the Wolverine movies before. Or I take that back. I've seen Logan. The one with the like experiment that they do, and it's like a kid, the girl. Hold on, let me text my mom back. We watched it. It was amazing. We're looking forward to seeing the new Alien movie too. Yeah, I saw that. So we got there kind of late, so it was going through the trailers. Hold on, let me answer my mom real quick. It's about working at the shop, and I can't remember. So we walked in right when that one was playing or getting ready to start, and it said Ripley, and it was kind of like dark. I think it's is it the producer that's named Ripley, or the director, or whatever? And I was like, oh, is this Alien? But it like just kind of went through the, they were on a spaceship, so I'm like, this could kind of be any space thing. And then at the end, it was like, because Joey was like, no, I think you're right. I think this is Alien. And I was like, okay, It was Alien. So did they name? Did the director, producer, whoever his name is, Ripley? Did they name the main character after themselves? Because only thing I really know about Alien is from Dead by Daylight, because they have the alien and then they have Ripley, and then I kind of know a little bit of the storyline. Like I know she has a friend, I know she has a cat. That's about it. Let's see. Okay. She's asking me where something is because they were gone all this last week too, so that's why I kind of also took a break off because I worked there the whole week, and I took my embroidery machine and embroidered beanies. But she's asking me where something is, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I put it right there. It's hard when there's like multiple people trying to do similar things, and then like one person has to come in and take over. Because that's kind of what we do. I try to work a few days, and then she works a few days. But it gets confusing. Because earlier today, I was like, there's like an invoice. And she was like, do you know where it is? And I was like, I mean, I emailed it, but yeah, it should be right here on your desk. I wouldn't have like put it anywhere else. So I looked through all her desk, and I was like, I wouldn't have put it in any other drawer. Like maybe they did come and like buy it, and then one of the guys took the invoice and like put it in a safe or something. And turns out that's what happened. But I like searched everywhere for it. I'm like, I know it's here. I put it here. I know I made it. I took a picture of it and I sent it to the person. I know it exists. I'm saving for an embroidery machine, but it's so expensive. If you're planning to use pre-made embroidery files, do you still need fancy software? No. If you're gonna use pre-made embroidery files or you're gonna buy them, as long as you have like mine takes a flash drive. I think I can also, it's like a USB flash drive, so I can also plug a USB cord directly from my computer into my embroidery machine. This one, so this is the SE400 brother. It is also an embroidery machine, but it doesn't have a flash drive like port. If I wanted to get files to here, I have to get either this like brother card that they make, but I think it only holds embroidery files by brother, or I have to get a cord that goes from here to my computer, but it's not a USB. It's like honestly, it looks like a printer cable. If you've ever looked at the back of a printer, it has like a weird trapezoid shape. That's what this one is, which this one is older, so you might not have to worry about that. But yeah, no, if you're not gonna, you don't really need a software unless you're gonna digitize and make your own files. Because if you're buying files, they should have them all ready to go. So the only other thing I could see is if you wanted to like combine some files. And some of the embroidery machines will do that, like depending on how big your space is. Like you could combine text and you could combine like a little butterfly or something. I don't know a lot about embroidery machines other than Brother, because that's what all three of my machines are. I really love the SE 1900, which is what this one is right now. I believe I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, used, probably like 2 years ago now, for like $800, $900. But I have also got a, let's see, PE, what's the other one? 6 no, PE 800, I think. I got that one off Facebook Marketplace for $300, but that was because it was having some problems. So the person couldn't guarantee like that it could work without getting it looked into. So I got that one for a really good deal because I was able to troubleshoot it myself. It still needs, like, that's why I'm not using it, is because it needs to actually be serviced and looked at now. The problem is past my expertise. But definitely, if you don't mind to get a used embroidery machine, check Facebook Marketplace. Because usually they're like stay-at-home moms or retired moms that their husbands or someone got them an embroidery machine for Christmas, and then they realize that they don't have time to do the software or figure out how it works, so they just kind of want to get rid of it, and it's barely used. So the first one I got that had the problem, it was used a whole lot. They actually used it for like a business, like a t-shirt business, I think. But then this one was actually from a fellow weeb that I think he was in college, and him and his friends decided they were going to try to make a t-shirt business and do embroidery. And then they got caught up in schoolwork, and nobody like really wanted to do it or would help out with it. So he decided to just sell it. All this fur is going everywhere. Or like, yeah, fuzz. But yeah, if you're not in a hurry, just look on Facebook Marketplace like every day. Because once you like search for that once, Facebook Marketplace is like, oh, they really like embroidery machines or sewing machines, and they'll put that at the top of the list for you. But no, as long as like, unless it's the systems like different embroidery machines, unlike Brother, are different. But for Brother, you can just load your files on a flash drive for the most part and put them directly on your embroidery machine. And for the longest time, like just last December, I brought my embroidery software. I was using a free one because it's expensive. But if you need to buy a software or want to buy a software, definitely check on Black Friday times, or check like middle of summer. I know that Hatch Embroidery, which is what I use, I think it's like through Wilcom, they do a like middle of the year sale, and it's usually the same deal. That way, if you don't have the money around Christmas time because you're buying stuff for everybody else and not buying stuff for yourself, maybe around the middle of the year you'll have like some money saved up. Okay, I think, let's see, I'm looking for my phone and it's in front of me. The feet color, or the cheeks, I'm doing like an orange. I'll probably do this orangey. Yeah, I think this will look okay. It's like an orangey yellow, like a gold. Let me see if I have a different color orange. That's the same color. is a bright orange. Looks promising. Okay, we'll use this one. And when I got this other embroidery machine, the more expensive one, it also came with, they gave me like a bunch of t-shirts, because like I said, they wanted to do t-shirts. And it came with thread and some like stabilizer specifically for like t-shirt stabilizing. So make sure if you're getting a used one too that you're getting, hopefully the hoops. They for sure should give you the hoops, unless they've like lost them or broke them, but you really just need one. But it is nice if you're doing a lot of stuff repetitively to have two, that way you can have one lined up while the other one's going. Like this. This one's ready to go once this Kirby face is done. Calm down. And if anyone's ever interested, I haven't really advertised it yet, but I do want to start doing embroidery files. And I mean, I sell some embroidery files already, but like, if you wanted me to make an embroidery file for you, I want to get into doing that too, because I do really like it. It's just like, there's only a certain stuff that so many things that I have in my mind that I want to make, that I feel like I can't do as much as I want, or do as much as I can, because I'm like, I don't know what else to make. Kind of sounds weird. Hold on. Yeah. I think my bobbin's out, yeah. Hopefully we caught that in time, but I might be able to hand sew if I need to. But yeah, I don't have any rates or anything yet. Minimum would be like $20 if you wanted a whole new design. Because, or I say minimum would be 20. But that depends on, like, that's $20 an hour is like minimum what I would like to make. So if it only takes me 30 minutes, then it wouldn't be that much. Alright, that looks better. And that would be more for like, if you had a certain, like a pony, if you're doing pony faces and you don't want to make your own like eye embroidery, but yours is like a very specific and you can't just buy the generic like files off of Etsy or whatever. But I do have on my Etsy right now, I have Splatoon embroidery pattern. I have Lethal Company embroidery pattern. I believe I still have a Drift Loom embroidery pattern, and that's just for like the face. So you can put it on like a pocket of a t-shirt, you can put it on the front of a t-shirt, you can put it on the front of a sweatshirt. The orange for this cheeks are so bright. They're like neon. Look at all these feet. I don't have to cut out all 10. They're all like 12, I think is what I'm gonna have. Because I only need 10. And you can no longer get King Dedede Kirby because this was for my July, and then I took the month of August off from Patreon. So there is not a Kirby for the month of August. I'm catching up on my July orders. Perfect. I have another set of feet over there, so we'll grab those later. I don't have any ideas yet for what I'm going to do for my September Kirby, so if anyone has any ideas what they want to see, I am sticking to the Nintendo themed Kirby, so if there's any Nintendo characters you want to see as Kirby, or a specific Kirby type or color, let me know. I really love this blue and the orange color together. It's so pretty. While I was taking my little break, though, I did consider doing a gaming stream one day, but I never got around to it. But it is something that I would like to add. If I'm gonna have a little bit more free time during conventions, or like spaced out between conventions. And then hopefully that'll help me from getting burnt out too. And I saw that they're Until Dawn. They're making a movie for Until Dawn. Super excited about that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's spooky. All right, I'm gonna finish cutting these in a bit, but since the face just got done, or one of the faces, look how cute this color blue and the orange looks. Maybe because it's giving like Magikarp, or not Magikarp, Mudkip colors. Maybe that's why I'm loving it. But since this face got done, I'm going to cut these out so that we can actually start building some Kirbys together. So I mentioned I bought the mallets off of Amazon. That's going to be like little hammers. But they're going to be long, so like I said, I'm going to have Joey see if he can cut them. And then they're like a tan color, you know, they're just like wooden. So I'm gonna have to paint them, and I'm gonna be hand painting all of them. So wish me luck. I'm not gonna try to be too crazy with it, you know, it's not, even on my little doodle, it's not super detailed. But I am gonna have to paint all of them like brown, like a coat of brown to start off with. And I'm wondering, like, do I just spray paint all of them like with a base brown? Because I plan on using acrylic paint, but I've never done spray paint and then like gone over it with acrylic. I don't know if any of you guys have. Otherwise, I'll just do acrylic brown and see if I can just get a big sponge or something, paint it all brown. And for the star, I think I'll make like a little stencil so that I don't have to do, because I don't know if you guys have ever drawn stars before, but it's a pain. To try to get it to look right, like, because if you get just one of the little points off, it looks weird, looks crooked or off-centered. Oh, if you guys are interested in playing that farm game that I was talking about, if you're in the Discord, we could play it together. And it's not even one that we all like have to be there together. It's like you just sit in the chat to start the game, and then you can visit each other's like farms and help them with stuff. So Allie and I were both playing it earlier today, but I was like muted because I was at work, so I couldn't talk. But like you could do that. And then we just get a big farm going together. But if you guys have never played any of the Discord games, they're a lot of fun. Maybe that's what I'll do for one of my lives instead of doing like a different game, because it's free. And there's like a toon. Oh, sorry, Daisy. There's like a cartoonish shooter game that's kind of like Call of Duty, if you will, but it's little box characters. Think of like Minecraft characters, but in like a shooter. But the games only last like 7 minutes. It's super fast. I'm not sure how long these mics got charged, so just yell at me in chat if my mic dies or if you don't hear me anymore. But okay, so we've played that farm game. We've played, it's called like Clunker Strike, I think, is the shooter. And then we've played like an AI one that's you or your friends write out a prompt, and then what that prompt is, you write how you would like survive this scenario, and then the AI is like writes a story and then tells you like your outcome, like if you died or if you lived. Ooh, that sounds fun. We'll have to try it. That way people in the Discord could join. And then there's also like Roll20, which is like D&D, and apparently our old D&D campaign is still hooked to it. So Joey loaded it up and realized that we're still right where we left off. So I guess Discord has something with that where they like share it, or they have the rights to it. I guess knowing that a lot of people play D&D through Discord. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, but I will be in chat, and I'm gonna look up what other games there are, and then I can tell you guys what there is. But while this finishes up, I'm gonna mute my mic so that you guys don't hear this obnoxious embroidery machine. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I couldn't even like look at all the games that Discord has. But basically, if there's a game that you probably already play on the computer, they probably have something similar to it. I don't know if you guys have ever played Gartic Phone. Sounds really fun. That one you like draw, or you like make a prompt, or you draw something, and then people make prompts off of what you drew, or like it's kind of like a story, and then it goes through these like slides. I mean, it's kind of like telephone, I guess, if you think of it, but like with like drawings. All right, that's embroidering the other cheek. Let me finish cutting out these. I started watching this show and I finished it in like 2 days. It's on Netflix. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I think it's called. If you guys haven't checked it out. And if you love like thriller TV shows, that one's really good. And then I was watching Unsolved Mysteries. On Netflix too. And then I had realized that I had watched like the first 2 seasons, I think, already. But they had like season 3 and season 4 on there, so I watched those. I watched the documentary about the NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Sorry. I had to sneeze. And that one was pretty good. I didn't realize, because I kind of had NSYNC and Backstreet Boys stuff. Like, I definitely had both CDs. But I was kind of pretty young. But I had, like, this... I think it was an NSYNC phone, and I could call the guys from NSYNC. And there was, like, voice recording. And, like, I had, like, t-shirts and stuff. But I'm pretty sure I was only like 5 or 6. But yeah, I didn't know that NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys had the same like manager, producer guy. Okay, I should probably just keep cutting these out, even for those. I'll wait, because I don't know how many I'll be able to get out of that piece of fleece. All right, here's our little Kirbys to sew up. Let's put white thread. But yeah, after Possum Fest, I have Anime Inc., and I'm really hoping that I have a lot of inventory by then. Because I want to have my 2 axolotl shirt designs. And then I'd like to have 2 more shirt designs. I would like to do a Chapel Roan one, I think, for sure, because I have that Hot to Go sticker, and I'd like to put that on a t-shirt. And I finally found some bucket hats that work for the Pikmin blue color. I have yet to make the like stem and stuff for them, but I hope to have them in Anime Inc. too. Okay, so that's good, but I don't have anything else to embroider, so I'm just gonna leave it there for now, and we'll sew these up. If it wasn't so late, like last night when we got done with Wolverine Origins, I think we would have watched like another movie that like last night. That's all we did. We watched Deadpool, the first one, and we watched Wolverine Origins. So like if we had another 2 hours, it was already 10 o'clock, and we go to bed early because Joey gets up early, and I usually get up with him, but he's the one that has to get up that early usually. But we got, so I had Disney Plus And then they raised their prices, and I was like, I'm not paying. Like, we don't even watch anything on it, really. Unless we miss the new Disney movie and we wait for it to come on there. But, yeah, so I canceled it. But with our, I think, Verizon or whatever we have, it comes with our plan, so Joey, like, logged us back in. I'm like, alright, we can catch up on everything. Another good spooky show, if you haven't watched From, TV show on Amazon, they're coming out with a 3rd season later this year, I think. So you should watch that because it's really good. Like, it's very scary, really good thriller. Joey and I binged it. I think it was Christmas when we went to visit his family. His sister showed it to us, and that's when we were there. That's all we did. We like watched the whole show. I hear Ridley barking outside. Our neighbors got a little beagle basset hound, and it's a puppy, so it does not like being by itself, of course, even though they have 2 other dogs. But I just hear it in the mornings, and I'm already awake. Like, it doesn't wake me up or anything. I'm a very heavy sleeper. But you just hear it, like, kind of howling and barking, and it's so sad. It just wants to come back inside. Oh, another thing I want to do is this owl bear that I got back here. I think you can kind of see it somewhere on that shelf. I would like to release the pattern. Someone messaged me about it. And I know I still wanted to tweak some stuff, but I wasn't able to find like the wooden buttons, so I can just release on how to make it. Because I mean, I used fabric to make those eye buttons, and I ended up getting the fabric that I liked. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it worked. But I saw my friend made a cosplay. Let me get their names. I don't get it wrong. I think it's Ragdoll. Restless Ragdoll. They made a cosplay, and it's so cute. It's like a little dress with a hood, and I need to message them and see where they got that fabric, because like it was perfect. I don't know if they like dyed it or got it specially like printed or made somewhere, but that's the fabric I was looking for. I also bought some darker brown Sherpa for Appa, and I'm gonna see, it's not the right color brown, but I'm gonna see if I dye it, because I usually dye my white Sherpa with brown fabric dye. But I'm hoping if I dye like an already brown Sherpa with brown fabric dye, it'll make it darker brown. Because when I dye the white, I'm still not getting as dark brown as I would like. Daisy, what are you doing? Are you being a sad girl? Are you being a sad girl over there? Joey's birthday was not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And I got him the Pokeball Plus, which is like it spins Pokestops for you if you have it connected while you're like on the go, and it can catch Pokemon for you. And he's been having a good time with that. I've been wanting to go out though and like walk with it, but we don't have a lot of good areas to walk unless we don't even have a good park really that has a lot of stops. There's like a college close by. We could go to that, but the best thing is like to go to malls. In my opinion, I like to go to malls because it's indoor and I don't mind to walk a lot more indoors, because outside, if it's hot or if like the sun's beating down on me, I hate it. Just want to go back inside. Alright, this will be number 5. I hope to have the hammers done by next Tuesday, but if not, we can have a painting stream. But I think they're supposed to come in tomorrow, possibly. It's the Uber Dober. I'd like to show you guys all the beanies I made, but I just feel like it would be kind of time consuming. Maybe I'll do it before I end the stream later, but it was pretty much like 2 to 3 days kind of just working on beanies. So we got a lot done. I got airbenders. I think I did like 5 or 6 of each, except for earth because I didn't have the right color thread for green. And then I did 2 Gengar, which take like, I think those take like 30 minutes each. I did some of my butterfly ones. I did like 4 or 5 of those. I did some dice ones, of all the dice together, because I really love that design. I think I did a few Umbreon. It was nice because like when I do beanies at home, I usually I have to like watch it. So I usually can only like watch maybe like some YouTube videos or a TV show while they're embroidering. So I feel like even though I've, made beanies all day at home, I'm like, I feel like I've done nothing today. Even though I probably, like, I sell my beanies for like $25. So like even if I sold them for like 20, I was gonna try to do math, but I don't want to embarrass myself, so I'm not gonna do math. But I could easily make like 200 in a day, like $200, not 200 hats. All right, I'm gonna cut out the rest of these Kirbys. Sorry, Daisy, I don't want to run you over. I thought about seeing if I could do some kind of possum beanie, but I don't even know. Like, other than a possum plush and a possum hat, I've been struggling. I did make a possum sticker that I feel good about it. It's a little chunky possum and it's like feeling cute. But that was like my 3rd attempt at a possum sticker because I wasn't loving any of them. And then my possum plushie, I love the head on it. My Mr. Bones plushie. And it did sell at my pony convention. So I do need to make more possum plushies. But I'm going to make the body a little different. I just don't know how yet. Oh, I want to do a possum fursuit. I love those little trash babies. Possum and raccoons are my favorite silly animals besides dogs. I do love them too. I think they're so cute. Yeah, dogs are my number one. What did I tell Joey the other day? I told him if you put dogs and wolves are in the same category, then my next favorite. Shoot, I don't remember what I told him. Lemurs, maybe? I have to rewatch. We were watching some kind of video where these YouTubers like went to the zoo. Maybe it was a fox of some kind? I think it was a fox because I was like, some people, like, you can put that kind of in the same category as dog, but also some people think like cat category. So I think it was a fox. I do think foxes are so cute. I'll never forget. I went to Build-A-Bear one time. I was a big Build-A-Bear kid. And I think Captain America movie had just come out and I really loved it. I went and saw it with my grandpa. And then we went to Build-A-Bear maybe a couple weeks later. And they had this like Arctic fox Build-A-Bear. And they were doing like the wildlife conservation, like a new one every month or something. And they had the Arctic fox for this month. And I was like, I love this. I need it. And like my grandpa would have bought it like straight up for me. But I think I just got one not too long ago. Or I was just trying to be like, no, I don't need it. You know, just trying to be good, save my money. And I wanted to put the Arctic fox in a Captain America suit so that his big long ears would like stick out of it. And I just thought that that would be the cutest thing ever. And I thought about that for, I guess, the rest of the month. And we went back to Build-A-Bear because the closest Build-A-Bear, I think, still is like 2 hours away. So it was like it wasn't an every week or every weekend thing. Like it was maybe once a month. And yeah, I went back. They didn't have it because it was the Arctic fox was that one time month thing, and I was so sad. Like that's probably one of the things I regret most of like a thing like that I didn't buy. But honestly, I probably wouldn't cherish it as much. Like I never got one, but I wouldn't cherish the idea as much if I had got it. It'd probably be like my other Build-A-Bears. They sit in my old bedroom in the corner. But when I did go back, I ended up getting a polar bear. And I put it in a Captain America suit, but it wasn't the same. Can I help you? I feel like I have quite a few Build-A-Bears. I think I still have all of them, but I just really love all things plushies, you know? And that's why I started making plushies. But let me go down the line of my Build-A-Bears. I had a dog, But it stood on like 2 legs. It wasn't like the 4-legged dog. My friend had a 4-legged dog, and I was always so jealous that she had a 4-legged dog like that. Then I got a bunny. And then I got the polar bear in the Captain America suit. And this is probably like, when I got the dog, I think I was 7 or 8 or 9. So it wasn't like, I wasn't super young. Because I'm sure Build-A-Bear Build-A-Bear was new around that time, I think, when I was that age. I don't know exactly. I'd have to fact check that. So yeah, I got the dog, then I got a bunny, then I got the polar bear. Then I think that was my last like animal, because then they started doing the like copyright stuff, or the trademark stuff, whatever. And I think I probably got Pinkie Pie next. And that was around the time that my nieces were born, so they would go to Build-A-Bear, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a Build-A-Bear too. Even though I'm like 13 or something. I would still walk in there and get a Build-A-Bear now if there was one that I wanted enough. Wait, no, I think I got... No, okay, so I think Pinkie Pie. Then I got Toothless. And Toothless has an apple smell in him, and I love it. Apple scents is like one of my favorite, and just smells so good. So then, I don't know if it was the next one, but I also got Stormfly, and I put Cotton Candy in Stormfly. So I also got I got Spike to go with my little Spike, a mini dragon from My Little Pony to go with my Pinkie Pie, and then I eventually got Apple Bloom, little bitty plushie too. It wasn't one that you like stuffed. And then I got Pikachu. Was probably one of my last ones. It might have been my last one. But now they got all the other Pokemon. They have, do they have all the evolutions out now? And, like, a lot of Pokemon. I think they have Snorlax. They have some starters. Like, oh, it's so tempting every time I walk in there. I just touch all their cute faces. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. I'm going down the line of Build-A-Bears that I had. But yeah, maybe it's time for me to buy a Build-A-Bear. I've really been good about not buying plushies because, you know, I make plushies. And that's the whole reason I started making plushies, so that I would stop buying plushies. Because I don't think I've bought one for myself recently. When Joey and I first started dating, I got like a Squishmallow from him. Oh, my bobbin ran out. And then when so the last one I probably bought for myself was the Baymax S'mores one from Disney World. But technically Tia bought it for me, but I paid her back because I told her to buy it for me. I finally signed up for my first ever Artist Alley next month. That's so exciting! Yay! Congratulations! I hope it goes good for you. Do you feel prepared? Like, do you have stock made and ready? But yeah, my other plushies, like, I have my Squishmallow Piplup. Joey got that for me for Christmas, and so usually all the plushies I have now, Joey gets it for me. Thank you. I have plenty of stock. I'm just trying to work out the logistics, display things, I'm going to transport stuff. Yes, that's always good. Always good to have a plan and do a mock setup and all that good stuff. There they go. They're gone. We grew a watermelon in our garden. We picked it a little too early. There's another one that we're going to wait and pick it a little later. But, I mean, it still tasted really good. It just had the rind was, like, really big because it wasn't all the way done. But I was impressed because, like, we bought that little watermelon plant, and I didn't know if it was going to make it home. Like, it looked really sad. We paid, I think, like, $2 for it. But it grew. Like, the watermelon plants, they're, like, vine out. It was crazy. I'm probably going to be by myself without a helper. Any tips for that? Yeah, bring, if it's gonna be like kind of a longer one, bring snacks and water. Don't stop drinking water because you're afraid you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Like, usually your table neighbors will be more than happy just to watch it for a minute or two while you run to the bathroom. Or if you know any other friends there that has like table helpers, you could always ask them to swing by, like, check on you every so often and see if you need a bathroom break. But yeah, I highly recommend snacks, drinks. Try to pack that. And just really ask your table neighbors if there's any help that you like need or whatever, because that's what I usually do when I've done a lot by myself, is just ask. And they're always very happy to help. And then honestly, if you ask them one time, usually they're good about being like, do you need anything? Do you need to run to the bathroom? Like, we're going to get food. Do you want us to grab you anything? Or if you get another like solo person next to you, then you guys can like trade off. If you're like loading in and you have to like leave your stuff at the table, just don't leave anything, don't leave your money. But I've never had anyone bother my stuff, mostly because everyone else's artists also like loading in. So I've left my bags and stuff just at the table. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can also bring in your bag that'll have your tablecloth, and then just put your tablecloth over your table and then put your bags under the table. Bring portable chargers is always good. If you have like phone or your hotspot or card reader, if they die fast, it's always good to have a portable charger. Because especially if you don't have that second person with you, you want to make sure that your phone is charged, mainly so that you have a phone to call or get back home or whatever you need, just so someone can get in contact with you. But also so that you can still take like card payments and stuff. Because if your phone dies, at least for me, if my phone dies, I don't really have a way to take credit card transactions anymore. But also, usually the staff is really good too. So if you can always ask when you check in, like if they have people come and check on the tables at all, could they maybe swing by your table and like see if you need a bathroom break or anything? But most of the time they're really, like, if it's an artist alley, like a common one, or if they've done a few shows, usually they're really nice about being like, just let us know if you need anything. Sometimes they give you snacks too. I want to do a video on how to make stickers at home, but I don't know what like sticker I want to show on there, because I could do like these King Dedede ones, because I need to print them out, but I also need to print the possum stickers. But I could also just print whatever kind of sticker I wanted. So it's kind of like, do I want to try to push, like, I don't really want to push the King Dedede ones, right? Because the people watching the video, if they like that sticker, they won't be able to get it. So, like, oh, I could do the possum, and then I can promote like my original work. Or I can do a different character that, like, just regular, like, Kirbys stickers that I'll sell and people will see. You know, I was just wondering if they were gonna come mow, and here they are. So my dogs are gonna go crazy. Yes, I'm hoping for nice neighbors and staff. It's a smallish one-day event, so I'm not too sure what to expect. Yeah, so also with that too, when I do like the library events or one day like college events, I've just like left my table, like, because one time I didn't really have a table neighbor the way that my table was situated, and I just took my money and like my camera and my phone, like, take your important stuff with you, but honestly no one really bothers it. And I just would put up a sign like, be right back, you know, going to grab food or going to the bathroom. So especially for like the smaller one-day ones, I think it's a lot better to do those solo, or it's a lot easier to do those solo compared to like a 3-day. Because also, if you do like a 3-day solo, you start to kind of go a little loopy and crazy because you're by yourself. And yeah, the people, like the customers, will come and like talk to you, and you can talk to them for a while, but it's just kind of when there's nobody at your table, you go a little crazy. And that's another thing, if you're by yourself, even for a little one-day event, bring something to keep you busy. If you have other stuff you can work on, if you could doodle on your iPad, or bring like a game or like a Switch or something. that's very helpful too, so you don't get bored. Or, you know, I do think if time goes by fast, even if there's not a lot of sales, but if time feels like it went by pretty fast, then you don't feel as bad if you didn't get as many sales, because you're like, oh, well, it didn't seem like it was that long of a time. But if you're sitting by yourself for like 8 hours and you are just watching no one show up at your table, you know, you're gonna like be like, this convention was awful. At least that's what I think, like, you know. Because the experiences honestly sometimes make the conventions, even though it's really nice to get really good sales. Like, of course we want to make money, that's why we were there. But if you have like really great guest interactions and like a good time, and of this library one that we did, there was a Pokemon scavenger hunt, and Joey went around and did it. It was really cool. And there wasn't a whole lot of people there, but I made, I think it was like $600 for like a one-day event, and I was impressed for this little library convention. I'm like slowly getting sleepy. I feel like a nap coming on. And I don't have any like caffeine or anything. Don't have creamer for my coffee. Like, oh, it might be nap time. Nice. I'm hoping to at least break even and have a good time. And I think that is not a lot to ask, you know. I think that is bare minimum, and I usually do that too for like new conventions. I'm like, I just want to break even and I want to have a good time. Yeah, I don't know what to expect for this Possum Festival, but I do hope I can at least make, I think it was $30. Is that what I said? It said 30 or 60, but I think I'm thinking of one of my other conventions that was like 60, because I was surprised that the Possum one was like so cheap. But I just really love one-day ones too, and that's what I'm trying to lean more towards, unless it's like one of my big events like MegaCon or something, because it really drains you to do those big events, like a lot of those big events. But the one-day ones, you don't have to get a hotel. Like, even if it's a couple-hour drive, you don't have to get a hotel. You only have to get food for like, the day. Like, setting up and taking it back down the same day is annoying, but again, you get the whole rest of your weekend. You can do other stuff if you want. All right, we sewed up these Kirbys. It's almost 3. Because I could stuff these Kirbys. And do the other stuff tomorrow while I'm at the shop, like sew on the feet and the arms, and then I gotta figure out for the hat. I need to take a look at that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the hat yet. Oh, I just closed up the picture. I think I have white pom-poms. I'm not sure, but I think I think Walmart probably has them. And I think I'll probably just do a semicircle, 2 pieces, sew that together. And just sew like a golden band around the base of it, kind of like I do my link hats. And then put the little gem in the middle. I just noticed King Dedede's, like, is he wearing gloves? He looks like he's wearing boxing gloves. Are you telling me his hands aren't actually like yellow? Like he's wearing yellow gloves? Or like orange gloves? What? Excuse me? I guess that would make sense. Because his body's blue. Interesting. And I understand because he's kind of wearing like a fur coat. Like, he's winter attire dressed. Kind of got that ice climber. Penny loafer squeak. Maybe he just has gloves like Mickey Mouse. That's true. Like, you also never see Mickey Mouse without his gloves. Here, I'll zoom in. See, like, that's definitely a glove. The way that line looks like, a leather, kind of like snow glove type. I don't know. I looked at a bunch of different pictures of him when I was figuring out how I wanted to make the Kirby, and I didn't notice that. Funny. But yeah, that makes sense because his body's like blue. And he's like a penguin. So his feet would be different colors. But I feel like I must sneeze. His arms would be the same color. Okay. Yeah, I'll stuff these and then I might be done for the day. Because I am losing energy. We're slowly trying to get back into the swing of things, like I said. And if a 2-hour live is all I can get out, I'll be happy with that. I'm just happy I went live today because I'm like, I felt so bad. I meant to go live last week, but I was out of town with my mom and grandma, so I really considered, like I said, doing like a game stream on like a different day or something. Oh wait, no, last week my whole family was on vacation, so I couldn't go live because I had to like help out at my stepdad's shop. The week before that, when rip, I'm about to take a nap, love. I'm struggling here. But I'm gonna try to stuff these Kirbys first. But yeah, the week before that, I was out of town with my family. So I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll do it next week. And then next week, they're out of town. So I'm like, well, somebody has to hold down the fort. I'm also trimming some of the little threads if I missed any. But I've really been working on Kirbys while I'm at the shop too, because those are like, as long as I get this part done, you know, I can take them in and stuff them in hand sew. So they're really nice. So I have different color Kirbys that I haven't had in a while, like green, red, because I usually just try to focus on pink, blue, black, and occasionally gray. All right, here's all the bodies. Let's get into the scrap fabric. And I could do this at the shop too, but then I have to bring in like a big bag of my like scrap materials. So honestly, if I just do this now, it does make it a little easier. It's one less thing I have to carry in. Oh guys, I started doing some crochet. I would show you that too, but it's in the other room. And it's just a little square. I'm practicing the just basic granny square type thing. And I really like it. I got the hang of it, but I keep trying to go in and trying to make a plushie first. And so then when I watch those tutorials, they go really fast. And I'm like, that is just too fast. Or they'll use like, you're gonna do a single crochet or you're gonna do a double crochet. And I'm like, I just know how to do the one. You go through, wrap it around, pull it through, and sometimes go in again, wrap it around, pull it through twice. Like, I don't know what you're saying to me yet. So that's when I like backed up, reversed it, and tried just to do a square first. And those tutorials are so much easier. It's like, I want to walk you through every single step. And Bethany, Once Upon a Spark, has been really nice about helping me and sending me tutorials. Because I also like the idea of getting into that too and taking it if I'm going to be doing more like secretary work. Because if I don't have time to like plan ahead and be like, oh, I'm going to make 10 blue Kirbys, I can just whip out some yarn and a needle or a hook and just crochet some stuff. The first thing I tried was like a little mochi bunny rabbit, which was really cute. And I even tried to slow that down to like 5 times speed, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I get like lost in my stitches easily. Like I don't know where my first stitch is. What do you mean? And then I tried to make like a dice bag. And I was kind of getting it, but then I was like, okay, well, this is kind of like a granny square, and then they're doing some crazy stuff, and I don't know what crazy stuff this is. Woo, welcome to the crochet gang. I started making, I always say it wrong, amigurumi, right? Amigurumi. It always takes me on it. right off the bat, I'm impatient, but I love it. I've been spending the last month crocheting and need to make some plushies now. That's awesome. Like I can't the big thing is I lose my stitches when they're like, okay, now go to your third stitch. Sometimes I can't count the little like V's or like where the crochet is, and that's kind of hard for me. So I'm hoping if I work more on like a straight plane, like straight line, then I'll be able to kind of read the stitches better. And hopefully that'll also make it where my stitches are a little cleaner, because I think the other problem is I was having trouble. What? I was having trouble with my stitches getting kind of wonky. But yeah, I'm so excited to be in the crochet gang. I really love it. I love the idea that you can just take this ball of yarn and a hook, and then you can just make, like, as long as you know the pattern or you have it memorized, you can just make whatever you want, whatever you feel like it. So that is like my ultimate goal, because that would be great for car rides, or like travel, going on the plane, because I can't take, you know, my sewing needle and stuff on planes with me. Or like vacation. What kind of yarn are you using? So I used a couple of different. The first time I tried with my friend Bethany, I was using the, like, you know, the blanket, is it Burnett blanket? Is that the one of these? But not like a super, super thick. It's the fuzzy, really soft kind. That I think we got it from Hobby Lobby. The one that Hobby Lobby is really good for. Or Joann's, I can't remember. And then I realized maybe I should use the more like acrylic that's like the thin you would think of with more like not plushies but more like clothing, the really small kind that's not as fuzzy too, because I was having, again, like I said, I was having trouble seeing my stitches. So I thought maybe if I used more smaller, not chunky, I would be able to see that better. And I do think that helped a little bit. I was able to read them without the fuzz getting in the way. But I do know that it takes longer to make big stuff with that if I'm trying to make like a plushie. So I think I made a little pot holder, you know, just like this big square. But I think the first like project I want to do is like a small blanket. And try to do that. But I think I want to try to use like a softer yarn so that I get my practice with that material too. The fuzzy ones are hard to count. When you start, I feel for my stitches, but I recommend cotton to start as they are defined and not fluffy. Acrylic is a good option too. I just don't like the fuzziness. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was finding. It's good to know that you feel the same way, because when I was doing it, I was like, it's so soft, but I have no idea what's going on. The first thing I actually made, other than like a square, that one time I tried it with the fuzzy, I made like a little ghost plushie, and it worked. I would never sell it, but I gave it to Joey as a gift. I don't even know where it is now, but yeah, it's something. Can I help you, buddy? What? Are you out of water? Are you out of water? What?
What is it? Daisy, you'll tell me. Are you out of water? Do you need water? Boot me. Touch if you need water. You need water? Usually she'd take off running if she needs water. She's just laying down. I think it's so funny when dogs are like panting and then you like look at them and they like stop. And then you look away and then they start again. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they've been outside barking at the lawnmower. Ridley's probably still outside. Makes me so happy when like we used to have all three of them in an apartment on the 3rd floor. So they would get their outside time, and Obi and Daisy like went to doggy daycare. But you know, they didn't have a yard. They didn't get they'd have to wrestle in an apartment with not a lot of space. So being able to finally get a yard, makes me so happy, because Ridley, our border collie cocker spaniel, like he doesn't go inside. Like we have to tell him to come back inside, otherwise he'll stay out there all day. He just guards the house. Okay, we got 3 stuffed. There was some yard sales that we went to this past weekend, and I don't know if you guys have ever played Ticket to Ride, but it's one of my top favorite board games. I think it's a really good one. And one of the yard sales we went to, they had Ticket to Ride London, but it's a tiny box compared to, you know, if you've ever played Ticket to Ride, I assume original, it's a good, you know, 12 inches by 12 inches box. This one's like 6 inches by 6 inches. But it's really nice for 2 players, or if no one's ever played Ticket to Ride before, that's a lot easier, I think, and it's a lot quicker setup. It's a smaller board, doesn't take as long. And we got it for $2, unopened, brand new. We're so excited. That's like the first thing we saw. I was like, oh look, Ticket to Ride London. Or I think maybe Joey was like, Ticket to Ride, and I picked it up and I was like, it's $2 and it's unopened. He's like, get it, we're buying it. I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna fight you on it. That's good news. Wonder if I can come up with some little embroidery possum design. That would be nice. Or I could make it maybe like a keychain. I could make it so people could have like a little possum hanging on their keychain. It has to look like it's screaming. Sorry, it sounded like one of my dogs was whining. The possum, so if it's hanging upside down, you're saying it's gotta look like it's screaming. That would be cute. I tried to doodle some screaming possums, and one of them came out looking like Mickey Mouse. Joey was like, why are you drawing Mickey Mouse over there? Like, why does it look like a demonic Mickey Mouse? I'm like, it's a possum. What do you mean? He's like, oh, from my angle, it looks like it's Mickey Mouse. It definitely needs to be screaming. I don't know, just give it, well, like open its mouth, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. It would be cool if I could, so some of like the squeakers that I have in my squeakoids, there's one that's like a squeak, of course, and then there's one that's like a tweet, like a bird. But I know that they make like dog toys where like they put it in like pigs and stuff, and it sounds like it's honking or like screaming. That would be cool to put in like a possum plushie. What? What? What is it? Okay, let me check if he's out of water, or if they're all out of water. No, you have a whole bowl of water. Why are you whining at me? Get these out there in the shade. Yeah, go hang out with your brother in the shade, huh? Huh? Excuse me. Alright, let me stuff this last one. Or not this last one, but let me stuff one more, and then we'll call it good. That'll be halfway. I don't know what you want from me. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you for kisses. That's so nice of you. Oh, punch myself. But yeah, if I could find a screaming noisemaker of some kind. But it would also probably be cute to make a possum plushie and just put a squeaker in it. Just gotta make sure people know it's not a dog toy. It's just a possum. But you best believe when I get off here, I'm gonna Google like scream, like those chickens. When you squeeze those chickens, the rubber chicken things, it screams. I'll Google like scream, squeeze, scream, scream, Scream Squeeze Noisemaker or something like that. Oh no! All right. There's the Kirbys. Those are all rubber. I know, that's why I was wondering if it has to be like rubber so that the airflow can go through it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. See what I can find. Even if I have to put like a little small rubber toy inside of like a plushie and it's just like a really faint inner scream, that would still be pretty funny. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it for the day. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry again that I skipped 2 weeks, but there hopefully should be a video going up on Friday, and then I should also be live again next Tuesday. So I'm hoping I'm getting back in the swing of things. I'm really fighting the burnout, so I'm glad that I could at least do almost a 2.5 hour stream. So I think that that's good, and maybe we can go longer next Tuesday. But I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye bye. Thank you so much, guys.